Hey all, we're at the Torreya State Park in Bristol, Florida. We're about an hour northwest of Tallahassee on the banks of the supercalifragilisticexpialidocious River. Nailed it. Go ahead.
We're hiking Torreya State Park. We're staying at the primitive campsite on the Torreya Challenge Trail. Come with us, and here we go. Give you a quick rundown right before we start the video, kind of show you Torreya State Park. This is the official map. I'll have a link in the description to this. This is our hike. We come in, this is service road, come in through the gates, and you call ahead of time to reserve your campsites, and you pay when you get here. You drive up to Gregory House up here, pay your fees. We drove back down, parked at the parking lot right inside the gate. As you're coming out, it'll be on the right hand side. You take the trail clockwise around. You've got Rock Bluff Primitive Campsite, and then you come up, you've got Rock Creek Primitive Campsite. The Stone Bridge is down here, great water source. Half-a-mile connector trail up to the Torreya Challenge Trail, around to the Torreya Challenge Primitive Campsite. Come back out left, continue around, follow the half-mile back, take another left, continue around back to the parking lot. And that's the route we took, and that's the route I suggest because it's much harder coming in than it is going back out. Started out here on the Torreya State Park. Starting out on the trail, heading around the first loop. I'll show a map later, show exactly where we're going. But beautiful day right now. Starting out in the low 70s, supposed to get to about 83 degrees today, and so starting off nice, just slight elevation, kind of been going up since we started, just a slight grade, but definitely a lot of devastation from Hurricane Michael here. They've had some prescribed burns as well, so right now not a lot of shade. Gonna be a little warm. What do you think, Elise?
It's freaking hot.
Right, not even half a mile in, we've got a little cutover to kind of looks like a rocky bluff. Pretty cool looking. Can walk out on here. Check this out. Oh yeah, pretty cool. This is wow. This is definitely a site for Florida. Not your normal Florida hiking trail. Walk over to this edge, take a look. That's pretty cool. Liking it so far. Looks like we're actually going to turn and go down this way. Well, this is neat. It's kind of cool. This is very cool. Coming down here. This is right after the turnoff. I was going to check out Rock Bluff campsite for you guys, but kind of didn't want to go hike up there out of the way for nothing. There's actually a couple good videos on YouTube that show that campsite. I'd rather show you a little bit more of the actual trail. It's just absolutely gorgeous back here. Beautiful day. Nice hike so far. Definitely loving the rolling elevation changes and the changes in scenery. Looking forward to the next about 5.5, 6 miles up to Torreya Challenge Trail campsite. And looks like we're coming up on a little area right now that's a little flooded out, a little wet here. I'm gonna put the camera down for this and get through this. Okay, we just hit a pretty steep little section here. I kicked my butt a little bit getting up. I don't think I'm quite all the way up it yet either. But
Please don't video my old ass trying to struggle up the hill.
Hey, this is so other old people know they can get up the hill.
Wait a minute. I'm allowed to call myself old. You are not.
I love you, babe.
I love you too.
He is Italian, dude.
I am Italian.
This
And
is
from
fine.
Jersey.
This is...
Double whammy.
What do you think, Lisa? Is this fine? All right. Onward and upward. So yeah, this section is 1.6, 1.7 mile part coming in. This is it's got to climb. If you haven't hiked outside of Florida, this is a steep trail here. And I've yet to see, since we just started this trail, really not 2 miles in, it may get steeper than this in parts. I'm loving it. I'm originally from up north, so give me the elevation, baby. And it just keeps on going. Whew. Wish it wasn't so hot today. We're almost to the top. All right, 1.8 miles, finally got to the top of that climb. As you can see, if you can see in the video, the overlooking the Apalachicola River.
My butt a little bit.
Kicked my butt a fair bit too.
I think kicked all of our butts a little bit. Like I was saying on the way up here, if you're used to hiking just flat Florida trails, this is not one of them. This is definitely a lot more like a northern style trail I'm used to from many years ago. Well, taking a break.
And I quit smoking.
She
Involuntarily.
involuntarily lost her vape on the way up here on the trail, so she
Now
was,
you're gonna see a skunk ape. That's when you get there.
she was just saying how she was going to quit smoking on the way up here. Love you, babe. Amongst all the devastation out here, this giant pine tree that went down. You can see it actually has a little baby coming up out of the ground behind it to take its place. This is why it's so important to leave no trace and practice those things and those principles out in nature, to be careful of what you're trampling on, especially in areas like this where the forest is recovering from itself. All these trees that have been damaged and gone down, and the absolute devastation of the canopy that's non-existent now here from the hurricane that came through. So very important to take care of our environment so it can come back and be here for us to enjoy. Just past the 3 mile mark, kind of taking it slow today, enjoying the scenery. This little bridge looks a little rickety, but I think it'll hold me. Watch out for some of the missing boards here. Ooh, creaky. Yeah, I just came out to a little clearing right up from where I just was. Right here on the nice view of the river here. Nice. Nice breeze out here. Real nice view of the Apalachicola, and that would be Gregory House, the back of Gregory House, way up there. So we're now back around the backside of Gregory House, headed that direction on the trail. Oh, this is cool. This is a little steep part. There we go. Going back up along the bluffs now. Nice. A little slippery part.
Yeah.
Oh boy. Yay. Interesting, little interesting rickety bridge here. This is by far the most intense uphill part between miles 4 and 5. We're having to kind of take little breaks as we plateau up these sections. Not helping that it's 80 some odd degrees and fairly humid. Well, we finally reached the stone bridge, and
It took us 2 days.
we've been down here. It's actually 10 after 4, so we have to haul butt to the Challenge Trail campsite. But this is an awesome place to refill your water and filter water. We filtered all of our water back up, 5 liters of water. So we have plenty for cooking tonight and in the morning. And
we're not going to make it to camp by dark.
yeah, hopefully we'll make it to camp before dark. But if not, we'll be using our new headlamps.
I'm making a review. I'm here about. Here we go.
So this is what the stone bridge looks like from up top. This is where you got to kind of walk down. Got some a little bit of steepness over here to walk down to get to the water source, but it's definitely worth it. Could walk down, put your feet in the cold water, kind of cool your feet off, go upstream, collect your water. So, yep, 2.5 miles from here to the campsite on the Challenge Trail, and looks like we get a bit more uphill to go, so we'll see. All right, so right up from where the bridge is, this is where the Torreya Challenge Trail begins. Or you could keep going that way and just do the first loop altogether. We'll be going Torreya Challenge Trail this direction to the left, 2.5 miles up the campsite, approximately 2.5 miles back out again, and then we will be doing the other part of the loop here tomorrow back to where we started. And more hills, yay! Yeah, that's what I just said. Downhill only meant one thing, going back up. Wait for my wife to catch up. Lisa's actually borrowing my brand new Drop Granite Gear X60 pack. How's that pack doing for you, Lisa?
Fine.
Yeah, looks pretty good. Yeah. And we finally made it to the end of the connector trail. There is a bench up here, and we can take a break on this last little bit uphill here, and come to this sign here, which this is the Torreya Challenge Loop, and you can go left or right. We headed left or clockwise around the first loop, and that is the way we're going today to the campsite. It'll be another 2 miles to the campsite. We'll loop back around, come back to this very spot tomorrow when we loop around the other side, go back down the connector trail, hang a left, and finish out clockwise back to where we started. A little bit of the loop here for you. A little mucky spot. Oh. Mucky, mucky. All right. This has been it's been a good hike today. A little more than I thought it was going to be. I'm very impressed. Oh, look, here's a bridge. It's actually in one piece, or seemingly thereof. And a good another water source. I'm not going to spend a lot of time on this bridge. It's bouncing pretty good. Seems like this entire hike today, of the probably 6 miles or about that we've done so far, the 7.5 to get to the campsite, have been mostly uphill. Uphill to 1 degree of steepness or another, down here for a little bit, and then right back uphill again. So that is what I would say is the challenging part of this trail, especially for a trail in Florida, and thus why they call it the mountains of Florida. We had food for lunch today, dinner tonight, breakfast in the morning, lunch on the way out, snacks for all around, extra protein bars, trail mix, etc. My pack ended up weighing out with food and 2 liters of water at 22 pounds. Elise's totaled at 20 pounds. I think the first overnight hike that Elise and I did before we had some lighter gear, we were pushing about 35 pounds each, which was a little heavy for you know, some, when you're doing 6, 7, 8, 10 miles in a day. This is the around the last mile of the challenge trail, again going clockwise, headed to the Torreya Challenge Trail campsite. So, but it's sun's starting to go down, starting to cool off a little bit. I want to get to camp, get set up before dark, and we can, maybe if we're not too tired, build a fire, we'll get set up, cook dinner, get to relax, put camp shoes on, and just talk about, look back on this day.
The bugs don't like it.
Just got into camp, got our tent set up right before dark, got a fire going. Lisa's got her Bivy tent set up. We've got our Dan Durston X-Mid 2P set up. And nice pitch on it, I will say. And there's a lot of mosquitoes out here, but we got good bug stuff. So I'll
That's why I'm staying away. It's working.
and we'll shoot a little bit more in the morning, show you what the campsite looks like.